Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another university. Welcome to the goddamn show. And in today's show we're talking about rebooting and refreshing a stale universe mode and when to reset and why. So let's get into it. Have you ever felt that you just quite are ticking all the boxes, or something feels like it's missing or it's lost? Well, we're going to discuss different aspects. One of the reasons I wanted to make this video, and it's a bit of a rogue video, it might not make too much sense in the title, is because I see so many people resetting their universe mode, and it's not necessarily the case that it has to be reset in the way that they reset it. So I'm going to go through a few sections. We've got 5 sections today for you, and we're going to just talk about things and enjoy the beautiful gameplay in the background. So first off, we're going to break down the pros and cons of resets. We're going to look at something called retcons. What the hell does that word even mean? Time skips and even multiverse style changes, and help you figure out what the best path forward is for your universe mode. Even universe modes like mine, I have soft reset my universe mode, I have hard reset my universe mode, I have retconned my universe mode, I have multiverse my universe mode. So the first section is assessing why WWE 2K25 universe modes go stale. Let's be honest, even the best universe modes can go stale. They can hit a wall. Maybe your feuds just feel repetitive. Maybe your champions are too dominant, or maybe it's just fatigue and you've lost motivation. And if you've been running your universe for months or even years, it's natural to want to shake things up. But before you nuke everything, ask yourself, is the problem the structure or the current direction? So in section 2, we're going to look at hard reset versus soft reset. There are 2 main options here. Obviously there's lots of like subcategories, but the main 2 categories is a hard reset. This means wiping the clean state, completely starting again, new champions, fresh rosters, maybe even new lore. Think WWE 2K GM mode meets Marvel's Ultimate Universe. Everything starts over, new rules, new timelines, new goals. Or what I always suggest this as a priority if you're in a position where you're debating resetting your universe mode. A soft reset is often how I try to approach it first. Like, is there a way you can change some things by like keeping the bare bones of your universe mode, so even the roster, and keep the title history in the lore, but introduce major changes? It could be retiring belts or turning faces heel, skipping ahead of time, doing a draft, transfer windows, reshuffling your power rankings, thinking about where you want to be. Hard resets are bold, but soft resets are often smarter if you've invested a lot of time already. So really, when you're thinking about resetting or you've lost motivation, think about, is it necessary to hard reset everything? Or is there a way, and a creative way, that you can bring in a soft reset and keep everything that you've already created whilst trying to go in a new direction? Now we're in section 3. We're going to talk about retcons, time skips, and multiverse angles. Now, let's talk tools you can use to refresh without a full reboot. Retcons. Did a feud flop? A faction not click? Just erase it. No need to over-explain. If WWE can pretend 2011 never happened for some characters, so can you. So a retcon is basically writing something out of history and just pretending it never existed. I know it sounds really, really bad, but it can be done. WWE do it all the time. Time skips, so if you feel like you're in a position where you're just not quite enjoying the feuds, jump 6 months ahead in your universe mode. Champions have changed, new rivalries are brewing. It lets you create mystery and new angles fast. That is a good way that I never actually thought about until I wrote this course of doing it. If you just skip 6 months in your current universe mode, you can go to a PLE that you really want to play, and things can change, and you can determine where things are at. If you're playing a match or you're playing a feud and someone doesn't win who you want to win, if you skip time, you can make them win, and you can talk about it. You can create some history. So the soft reset that I did was a multiverse. Well, I call it the multiverse reboot. And the multiverse reboot is where you create an alternate timeline and a universe merge. So when I did AEW, I created WWE in an alternate timeline, but with the same lore, and I merged everything. So what I did is, I used the AEW guys. I still mentioned the contributions that they did in AEW, but I also pretended with like a retcon method that they never existed in a weird sort of abstract sense. and I just put them into WWE as if they were fresh talent and they never did anything else, but also kept the history of their wins and losses. So you got to think of this like a comic book. Big events keep history intact, but change the now. Section 4. Freshening without resetting. If you are hesitant to reset because you've put so much work in, I've got a few ways that will breathe a bit of life back into the current product without wiping anything clean. Introduce a surprise debut or return. Bring in another superstar, create a faction or something like that. Repackage a mid-carder, take them off TV, go create them a custom attire, create them a completely new gimmick outside of WWE. Or you could do it with a tag team and bring them back as something completely different, like Elias kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Turn a title heel. Yeah, let the belt become the villain. That's an insane one that I just thought of, but it's such a cool way to keep things interesting. Cross-brand invasions and faction wars can often lead to chaos, and I think it's a good way to freshen things up. You can also add a transfer window in there after and kind of mix things up. And focus on your prospects tier. Elevate them organically, not originally. So think about the people that are prospects. How can you elevate them organically? That gives a fresh take on things, because instead of focusing on like main event scenes, you're focusing on people that could end up in the main event scene. Sometimes you don't need to change the whole universe. You just need to change where the spotlight shines. Section 5. When to reset and why to reset. So the golden rule that I have wrote in this video is only reset, hard reset, if you've lost complete creative interest or motivation. If you're absolutely certain that there's no way you can do a soft reset in any aspect, you want completely different promotion or something, you could try the alternate universe method, but like I didn't want to hard reset my universe mode, so what I did is, instead of continuing AEW, I created WWE in an alternate timeline, but also in the same multiverse. If that makes sense, maybe I just waffle, but like, hard reset should only be done if there's no way a soft reset will achieve what you want to do. So if you're losing creative, like if you're really losing motivation, then maybe it's time to take a step back, think about what you want to see, because 99% of the time, from my observation, it could just be the WWE branding and roster is boring and you want to just mix things up. If something that excites you is to build again, because how many of us make universe modes and never play them? All of us. You should go for it. If you like building, you could create loads of different universe modes. That's something that we have 3 slots for. But if you're still loving it like 70%, just trim the fat and remix it. Don't try and hard reset it. A reset isn't a failure. It's part of growing your universe mode. Make sure it serves a purpose, not just an escape from boredom. Never, ever, 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 ever be afraid to reset your universe mode if you need to do it. I have done it. The best creators have done it. So don't be afraid to do that. So in closing, I always ask for a comment. But that is it for episode 19. Whether you're rebooting your entire world or just tweaking a few things, the key is to keep things fresh and fun for you. Because if you're excited to book it, people will be excited to watch it. So let me know in the comments, have you ever rebooted your universe mode? Was it a full reset, a time skip, or just a roster shakeup? What advice would you have for somebody? Because there's a lot of people that go through the whole process of creating a universe mode just to go to the dashboard. What is your one piece of advice to somebody that is struggling with the motivation and creativity in their universe mode? What would you tell them? Leave it in the comments. Guys, I've been Jack, and LFG will be coming next week, don't worry. Having a few issues with the PS5. If the worst comes to the worst, I have an Xbox, which reluctantly I don't want to use. I'll buy WWE 2K25 on there, and we'll get on with that. Ruthless Aggression as well. Attitude Era will come as well. I just need to get in a position where I can consistently trust that the console that I'm using is reliable, but I will try my best to get LFG out to you. Obviously I'm limited by time on PS5. Let's see how it works, but we'll have more content coming up for you this coming week, so make sure you like, subscribe and all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next one, and peace.